Hello and welcome to another Sonic Labs special. We're here with Ollie from Loopcloud. We've actually had Loopcloud come in and show us various sort of the increments of development of their platform, which if you're not sure what that is, it's essentially a cloud-based sample assets, management, editing, auditioning and storage system. I think I've got that about right with what, 3.5 million samples from Loopmaster's
collection? 3.5
collection?
million samples available from the Loopmaster's collection, the ability to add your own samples. Now with the new version, the ability to store your own samples in the cloud as well, so you can access it from any computer that you've got connected.
So this is version 5 we're
This is
talking
version
about here,
5,
right?
yeah. So version 5 also looks new, so we've got new graphics, more
artwork, very visual. I mean, so we can see a lot more about what the vibe of a collection is. Presumably we can drill down and see the same level of detail as we,
and there is a new multi-track feature with effects editing as well.
Right.
And it's been split into a free version and various subscription levels. So for the free version, you get access to the app in terms of being able to use your own Loopmaster samples, your own imported samples. As a subscriber, you get access to the store, to storage.
Right, so that's cloud storage.
And the ability to use the full 8 tracks of the multi-track.
Right, okay. So what are we looking at first then?
So let's have a look at the multi-track. So at the bottom, we've got our little preview player, which we can expand. And tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So is that essentially like a scratch pad for bringing in samples together?
So you can either use it as a kind of starting point. So you've got no idea what you want to make, and you can start looking for genres and instruments and building up a mini track.
Yeah.
Or you could use it to create a drum kit where you want snares and hats and etc. You can use it to layer sounds together. Right. You know.
And this all happens within the app because with the Loopcloud thing, obviously you can pipe all of that into your DAW.
Exactly. Excluding any DAW software, you can actually use this to collate sounds. So here's the front page. Here are some packs and a wide range of genres. And if you click on anything here, you get a little demo track. So maybe we want to listen to a few demos to see if anything inspires us. So maybe try some drums, maybe. Sounds a bit more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So inside here are all the samples listed.
I see we've got a new wave display as well.
Yeah, so the wave display tells, well, first off gives you a nice little preview of what you're about to hear. So I can see that this is sustained, this is rhythmic.
Yeah, yeah.
The colours show me whether it's mainly high frequency or mainly low. So if I find this, for example, cymbal scratch, mainly blue.
So blues
mainly
for trouble.
high, yes. And this is mainly more bass content in this one.
Groovy.
Sounds quite nice actually. Maybe we'll start with that. We can even add effects to it. So there's delays and filters, etc. So if we add a filter here, maybe we can just use it to get rid of all the low frequency and then turn it into something a bit more percussive.
Okay.
We can even go off and edit it as well. So it's off here.
Oh wow.
It's on, so maybe we could use it to do a little sweep at the end.
Okay, interesting. And then presumably what, we render that down into a file?
So yeah, this file is available for 2 points. The point system has changed, so generally every single one shot is 1 point and every single loop is 2 points.
And the subscriptions entitle you to a certain number of
points.
Yes,
so for example, in the deal that we've currently got on is that you actually just show you this here quickly. So here, we've got the free version here.
Yeah.
With your standard version of the app. These have all got pros. These have got various levels of storage, various levels of free sounds a day.
Right, okay. So.
And this one, you can see 2 tracks with the multi-track versus the full 8. These don't have effects, whereas this one does.
Right.
So yeah, for example, if you signed up for the 30-day free trial, you get 300 points and access to all of that stuff for your first month for free.
And points mean?
Points mean samples. And 300 points means 300 samples.
Right.
So yeah, back to Loopcloud. So here we've got this loop. If I just press buy file, that's my 2 points used up.
Okay.
But now,
but we could also add something to this whole sort of multi-track structure as
yes.
well.
So let's just add another effect here. Just not add it. And then we could maybe add a little delay with automation.
Oh, that's nice. That's got. So we've got modulation on that.
Yeah.
So we're essentially sound designing from within the
Yes.
application, right?
And the beauty of what Loopcloud does is that filter sweep, any slicing or cutting or reversing that we may do, if we choose a different loop here.
We'll apply to the same thing. Okay, right. Let's go back to the one we had. I like that.
Yeah.
So now we add something else on say track 2 or 3.
So track 2, let's go to, and let's find a single kick drum.
Okay.
So we have slicing and arranging, so we can use the multi-track to actually create rhythmic.
So this again, it's all tag based, and you can sort of narrow down searches because 3.5 million samples is a lot to sample for. And of course, if you're searching your own samples as well, you might have 10 million.
Exactly.
Possibly.
So at the
unlikely,
moment, who knows? We have customers who say we have two terabytes potentially of samples.
Right.
So here's a kick. So at the moment, we're just searching within this single pack. Drag it around.
Oh, so we're creating a sort
So
of
we
clip.
can create a kick pattern. Well, we both think this kick isn't quite hitting it, so we can go to home and just type in kick. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for every single kick within the 3.5 million sample library online, within all the samples that I've...
But it will be piped into that pan.
Exactly. So it could be a kick on my hard disk, it could be a kick from a previous purchase, or it could be a kick that I don't own yet. Let's go to one shots only. So this new waveform view is actually useful because you can get information about
before you
the
even
sound
audition.
of the kick before. And let's just turn the pitch.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
We're there.
And now
So then we can add something else on the top, right?
Let's
Okay.
get rid of our kicks and let's go for snare. And then I can just choose, rather than making it myself, we can now go in here and go to snares and claps. And then let's try a trap snare, because it might have a few rolls in it.
That's interesting.
It's playing at half time. You've even got this, so we could double the time. Oh, that's quite... And then the final bit would maybe be to find some sort of percussion loop. And so, for example, here's the store and the library button. So if I get rid of store and just have library, then we can only search what we've already purchased or what's on my hard disk. Try this. That's quite nice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a CR78 vibe. Okay.
We've got our drum beat. I can now export or download individual tracks.
Right.
Or if I'm happy with the whole thing, buy one file. One out of those 4s is still to be purchased, 1 point.
So now we just bring that into the DAW in the same way.
So download H quality file. So here I can either download the original single track, or if I just go processed, it will pull the full multi-track.
So now we're going to drop that into
here. So I've got something.
So you've got an idea, you're already sort of forming.
So well, this is stuff that I've just grabbed of other little bits of Loopcloud things. So I've got a bass. And something that I found in reverse.
Does it work? I mean, we could have been auditioning this in the context of that quite easily, but we chose to fly blind.
Yes, and hope, fingers crossed.
It's got a vibe, hasn't it?
Yeah, maybe that little filtery thing. So if we wanted to just mute this little filtery thing here, and then export again, processed. So maybe here's just the drums without that bassy noise.
Okay.
And then if we wanted to, we could unmute that. Mute those.
And then bring
and then we've got that separately here. So now we've got our little.
Okay.
Which is probably just a bit too loud for the track. So yeah, here's various elements from Loopcloud that have been reversed and effects added. So for where are we? This.
Mellow vibe.
Yeah.
So there are also plugins as well that come with this, right?
Yeah. So the Loopcloud plugin itself is very, very simple. And all this does is
that just pipes the output.
That's just the pipe. But we've made some creative plugins as well. So there's Loopcloud Drum and Loopcloud Play.
Right.
So here is Drum. And this is the same philosophy as Loopcloud in the fact that it's a cloud connected plugin.
Right. So it pulls the samples from.
Yes. So Loopcloud does the business of downloading the samples as required, and the plugin just requests them.
Right. Okay.
So if I load a new drum kit and I don't have the samples,
it'll go and get them.
yeah.
But obviously you've got to be online for that to work.
Yes. Yeah. And if I click the Loopcloud button, Loopcloud, then I can be taken to Loopcloud here, where here are all the.
Right, so the drum is a curated pack, so we're not able to swap out individual samples at the moment with that. No. It's just a sort of set of pads with synthesis.
So all users get the plugins for free, and we've given them 10 artist drum kits.
Right.
And then for a small amount of points, there's going to be a pack. So here is a pack dedicated to rides and crashes. Here's So if I bought the pack, purchasing, then I'll go back to the plugin, refresh this, and then we should have the rides that we just bought, rides and crashes.
Ah, okay. So then we could just play that off the keyboard or whatever we wanted to do.
So if I hit rides and crashes here, then first time it's going to go to the cloud, download them.
So it's got them, but
then from then on.
Oh right. Okay. So it's very connected in that respect.
So, and then.
So you could then just record a pattern in there, but I noticed there's a sequencer in here.
So yeah, we can record, but yeah, they all come with their own little sequencers. So if we just solo this.
What's that like in context? That might be quite nice.
That might work.
Nearly.
Pretty well.
Okay.
Near enough.
So, I mean, but that could just as easily be the full pattern or whatever.
Yeah, so yeah, if we wanted to just listen to an artist kit here, so let's go for DJ Vadim. This obviously won't work in context, but just to give you an idea.
So do these does this allow you to have multiple outputs for the samples, or is it a stereo mix?
At the moment, it's a stereo mix.
Right. Okay.
We've got plans to increase the
features.
We've got plans, man. So yeah, what this does, you load a drum kit, the interface changes, you get a nice picture of the artist or whatever the pack is.
Okay. And
16 pads with filters and envelopes per pad.
Plus the pattern generator.
Plus the pattern generator, which can create random patterns, or you can create 2-bar or 4-bar loops. Plus a mixer with reverb, delay, bit crush, etc.
And this will work. Say if you've bought all of this stuff and then you cancel your subscription or you pause it or whatever, you could still get access to this stuff.
Yes, the way that Loopcloud subscription works is every single bit of content that you have bought, you own, and you will continue to own.
Okay. All right.
So in addition to drum, there's Loopcloud Play, which is a melodic sampled synthesizer, which again comes with 10 packs of artist free sounds, and again you can click the Loopcloud button and see more. So each patch, so we've got some nice synthy pads here. We've kept it simple, but playable.
So do the macros change depend on the pad?
Yeah, so here, this one, we've got some reverb and chorus and fairly simple ones in this case. Increase your effects mix.
Nice sort of sine-ish sort of triangle pad there.
But if we just pick another pack here, so here's a percussive sound. So there's a big, nice range of sounds. Quickly
and again, so that these can just be purchased.
So this is one of the purchase pack, which is dedicated to reef spaces.
So is each of these sound, is that a single sound, or has that then got presets within it?
So it depends on the sound. So some are single samples.
Right.
Some are multi-samples. And each pack will come with 10 sounds.
Right, okay.
With a few.
I can sort of see where this is going. I mean, we've got plugins coming in with it. I mean, you know, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to realise that that's maybe the way to go forward into the future as well.
Yes.
So more plugins, more stuff coming in through the same ecosystem.
I was only here 6 or 7 months ago, and a lot has changed since then.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll be back in another 6 or 7 months with a whole new new load of features.
So then we just play this just gets played like an instrument, and we're good to go into our sound. Right, okay. So all of this stuff, Loopcloud 5 is now. I mean, that's
Loopcloud now is available now. You can sign up for your 3-month trial, get 300 points.
Right, so that's 300 points worth of free samples,
yes,
no matter what.
You can spend them on samples. You could buy some packs for the plugins with that.
And the subscription modules, they go from, what is it, $5.99, $10.99?
Yeah, so
we've got a kind of price list.
So free is free, $5.99, $9.99, $17.99. So for example, for the serious user who wants to store 250 gigabytes of their sample collection on the cloud, have access to 50 free sounds a day, 600 points a month.
Right,
if you're a serious user, then
that's maybe
for you.
Okay.
But if you want to try the studio for a month for free, then that's for you.
Okay. And I believe, if I'm correct, Loopcloud have very kindly offered us, our viewers, 50% off subscription on a couple of these.
Yes.
Details will have to be in the description because it depends where you are in the world. So just look for the description for those free coupons. And
yeah.
Okay, thanks very much for coming and showing us that, Ollie. That's Loopcloud 5, obviously. Loopcloud.com, not .net. So you've entered the .com domain.
Yes, we've upgraded.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.